Welcome everyone to the Health, Hospitals, and Social Services Committee on today, March 20th, 2018. We have a few things that are before us, some of them that we have already discussed previously. The first is Resolution 2018-1048, which is the House. One moment, please. If you could turn off your cell phones or turn them down.
Sorry about that.
All right, we'll greatly appreciate that. And we need to make sure of that so we can take care of business here. All right? All right, thank you. Approves a grant between Boulevard Bolt, Inc. To Metro for the use benefit of Metro Nashville Social Services Commission to benefit the House Nashville program to aid homelessness. Mm-hmm. I can't talk today. This allergy and sinus has got me, guys. But to aid homelessness. All right. Do we have someone here to speak on that? Oh yeah, we would just move this. We're all in discussion. See, I'm about to go. We're thinking outside of the box. All right. Well, it was seconded. Do we have someone to speak with that? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is for years we have applied for this Boulevard Board grant. It pays for moving costs. 100% of any of the House Nashville Fund goes to paying for moving costs to remove barriers to housing and get people in North. And that's just something that has been coming through since the last meeting. I've talked to service providers about how they feel about us doing that, and the feedback is it benefits them because there is a restriction even on the funds that they have, and this helps sometimes to pay and find the last dollars that are needed to get people in housing.
Okay. Any discussion? All right. One question that I have that because I can continue to get information. Are we taking a full-time Metro employee to be out doing fundraisers to gather more money for this program? All right. So who is responsible for going to channel and ask for other dollars?
That would be me, but it's not a full-time.
Okay.
I mean, it takes me, an hour?
An hour? So it's
Here.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Question? No. All right. Recognized on this issue. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I guess the issue is that she admitted
Could you identify yourself and your address?
Steve Reiter, R-E-I-T-E-R, Nashville. I just wanted to say she said that she applied for those funds. These funds for the Boulevard Bolt, she's competing with all these other groups, Room at the Inn, whether it's F's House, whether it's Welcome Home Ministries, they're all looking for money. And to have a Metro employee that gets money from Metro government to go out there for a program that they have, to me, does not make sense. She should not be going out there and getting money, going out in the community and saying, I'm applying for money for my program. There are plenty of service providers out there that do exactly what she's saying. Plenty of them out there. They would love to have the money. But for whatever reason, they said, okay, we want to give money. And so she's getting that. And I think we're setting a bad precedent. If she wants to go for federal money, state money, I've got no problem with that. That's fine. But when you go out in the community and say, I'm applying for money and I'm from Metro government, that's where I have the problem. I think when this was set up, they wanted to go out there and say, if we have a natural disaster, and let's say they give money to Metro Services to help them get back up, for people to get back on their feet. I think that was the intent. I don't think it was the intent of having money go to Metro Social Services to go out to have somebody go and fundraise for however worthy the program may be. That I don't think that was the intent of what we have right now under our code and charter. So that's where my objection is. If she's going out in the community and doing that, I just don't think that's right. And that's where I come from. Thank you so much.
All right. Any discussions on what was just said to us? Discussion? All right. For the resolution 2018-1048, we have one of our committee members who just came in with us. We're on 2018-1048 with the House Nashville program right now. And we're about to go forward. Can we move for a vote?
Yeah, move for.
We already seconded. All right. Those who are for it? All right.
Can we get some discussion? I missed that part. I'm sorry.
You missed the discussion.
Yeah, you missed it. Let's go back with the discussion on House Nashville is with the Social Services Committee, and the Social Services Department. That they are looking right now to go ahead with the House Nashville program that's been around for several years, and one of the staff members only takes about an hour to do fundraising out in the community. And that is what this program, this resolution is set up for.
Could you read the resolution again?
Yes, I will do that. Approves a grant for Boulevard Bolt, Inc., to Metro for the use and benefit for Metro Nashville Social Services Commission to benefit the House Nashville program to aid homelessness. That is what we're on now.
The acceptance of money raised during Boulevard Bolt to go to help
Homelessness.
Right, but I thought it was a concern that Metro employees or someone specifically designated where that money was going to go. Was that the issue from us not voting last time?
I think that was an issue to where we were getting more information back, and we came and we found out that there is a process that they have been working by, because the social services person that is here is the person that has been working that program. She is saying that she only. Could you please state what you said to us before, please?
Yeah, one of the things I'm really focusing on the Boulevard Bolt.
Yes.
So we have been working since 2013 and have applied for this, and it's with the community and service providers who want us to have this flex fund because they can access this on behalf of their clients and supplement what they already have. And actually, since last meeting, I went out and talked to two of them specifically about how they feel continuing this, and there was no issue. They really felt this was necessary. There was another incident over the weekend where somebody really told me, okay, do you have some money that you can actually supplement so we can get these people in? And I frankly had to say I need to wait until this grant passes through. It's really not that much money, but they feel it's really supplementing what they're already doing. And so I do feel it's appropriate to spend that 1 hour a year to put in an application and help out the community with that. And 100% of the fund goes to people moving.
So I guess my question is, are we in any violation, or are they in any kind of violation or not compliant in any way by doing this?
I would put that, Mr. Jameson, with our legal.
I would tell you in a word, no. Quan Toll is here, who will give you, be able to give you chapter and verse better than I can. But essentially, under the charter, departments are allowed to certainly accept contributions and donations, and that's been construed historically to allow solicitation of contributions as well. But I may.
There's only 3 charter-based. There's not everyone.
Not recognized.
Only 3 that are charter-based. There's 3 that are by.
One moment, please. One moment. We'll have to recognize you. All right, and we have someone else that's back here that will be able to give us. And your name, sir?
My name is Quan Poole. I'm here on behalf of Metro Legal.
Yes.
And I just wanted to give the specific citation. It's 11.11029 of the Metropolitan Social Services Charter. And what it says is, and this is the section that's entitled Powers and Duties, and it says that the Commission, one of the powers and duties of the Commission is to use in its work any funds appropriated by the Council and its performance thereof to receive donations from firms, individuals, private or governmental entities, or agencies. So right there in the Charter, it gives this specific, now There are some commissions or some bodies who do not have the ability to do that, so you have to look at that specific agency's charter, and here we're looking at the Metro Social Services Charters, and one of the powers and duties that has been enumerated is they have the ability to go out and receive donations. Implicit in that is the ability for an employee or representative to go out and actually fill out an application or solicit a specific donation from a specific fund. And again, I think what Ms. Hackett has indicated, that this is not something that she is, even though she has the ability, she's not routinely spending her time as a Metro employee going out and seeking funds every day. It's one application, it's an hour that's done, and it doesn't take up that much of her time.
Right. Well, I'm familiar with Metro Social Services, and I know the kind of work that they do and how much help that they provide to many of our constituents and citizens. So I was just wanting to make sure that what we were doing was in order. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Would you like to?
I would say under the charter that National Public Library, Planning, and Metro Social Services are allowed to go out and, if you will, accept donations. The ones that are by code are Metro Action Commission, Parks, and Arts Commission. So those are. So it is correct what he is saying, but I think when it was set up in the charter was like, if we have a natural disaster, that money could go into Metro Social Services to benefit the community. I don't think when they came up with the charter, the intent was that somebody from Metro Social Services was going to go out and fundraise in the community. That's my point. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The only exception I would note to that, if I can, Chair, is
Yes,
that,
sir.
we have a code of conduct, our standards of conduct, which is in my favorite citation, 2.222020. And it has a prohibition on employees soliciting contributions unless they're soliciting them for the benefit of metropolitan government. And this fits under that exception fairly neatly.
If I could just want to add, but if you have a person, if there's a control as far as person fundraising and doing disbursements, there has to be a check and balance there. There has to be, you just can't have one person doing that.
All right. Well, you're welcome. Well, let's move for a vote for this, for those four for this, please.
Yep.
All right. Well, we have it. All four of us with us. 0 against. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Is there a letter from any of the sponsors for 11, 12?
There is one letter.
From Cooper.
Yes, from Cooper.
All right, then I'm going to excuse myself.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
You cover our bill.
Let's move further. All right. The next is from Resolution 2018-1049, approves a grant from Dorothy Cake and also Thomas L. Frisk Foundation to Metro government for the use and benefits of Metro Nashville Social Service Commission. If I can only talk today, gosh, support of House Nashville funds, and we're going to move forward.
A motion.
Motion?
Second.
All right. And you're going to speak on that?
Group?
Same thing?
It's the same, goes into the same fund. This is not solicited. This is something that they wanted to donate to benefit the community.
All right. Well, any other discussion? All right. Well, let's take a vote on this. Those four?
Yep.
Those any against? Abstain? Not voting? All right. 3, Sharon?
I'm sorry.
Before it,
Are you bored? Okay. Yeah. I thought I would catch you. I would catch you all.
I just knew it was I knew it was another committee that I needed to go
Oh,
before.
okay.
and I was just-
All right. Let's move. Resolution 2018-1105, sponsored Virtue and Hastings, approves a grant to provide transportation services to eligible seniors and handicapped residents of Davidson County from the Greater Nashville Regional Council to Metro Social Service Commission. All right. Just any move? All right. Second. Any discussion? All right. All four?
Yep.
All right, 4 for, 0 against. Thank you very much. All right, 2018-1106, Virtue and Hastings again approves a nutrition services grant from the Greater Nashville Regional Council and Metro Social Services Commission to provide meals that meet RDA nutritional guidelines and meals that suit meal delivery services to eligible seniors.
So
All right. All right. Second. So be. All right. Oh, well, yeah, that's good. I'm sorry. I told you.
That's
It's
okay.
messing me up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Carol Wills, I'm the program manager
Yeah.
of the nutrition program. Thank you for approving also the transportation
Yeah.
because we got to get the seniors there. The food and nutrition program has been in existence since 1970, and all our meals they do meet the requirement daily intake, and most of the time, our meals are the only meals that the seniors get. We have the congregate meal site, which the seniors can come to various centers and high rises downstairs, have socialization activities, eat a hot meal, and then celebrate themselves. It's about 600 customers that utilize the congregate meal site each day. And then for the home delivery meals, which are frozen 5-pack meals, we have about 257 customers, seniors and disabled, that benefit where we have 2 van drivers with Metro employees. They deliver the meals where there is snow, hot, cold weather, to make sure that our seniors and disabled are getting meals. So as you know, this was March on Hungry Month. So we want to make sure we continue to provide those nutritional meals for our seniors and disabled.
Okay.
Can you speak towards your collaboration with 50 Forward? How does that
Yes.
work?
Well, with 54, we have 2 sites so far. We have the 54 in Bordeaux and also at Madison, which we have site managers that actually run the medicine. And then 54 is a self-operating site where the seniors come in the same capacity, enjoy the hot meals, and socialize. We know socialization is important for them, so those are the 2 sites right now that we have. with
As a
54.
member of 50 Forward Madison, I say thank you.
Thank you. I thought that was
Yeah, that's what it is. She can
I would tell Ms. Cullum. I would tell her, thank you so much.
Good stuff. All right. Since there is no other discussion, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
no, I was raising my
Oh,
hand.
okay.
Yes,
Since there's no other discussions, those in for, please raise your hand. All right, and nobody against, 4
you.
and 0 against. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we're moving on to our last page. This is 2018-1107, sponsored Hastings and Allen. Approves a contract between Metro Board of Health and Belmont University, this is you, to provide clinical experience opportunities for its undergraduate and graduate nursing program students.
So, man, so moved.
Okay.
We have those agreements with, I think, every nursing school in the city, so they can come get a little clinical experience while they're in school.
Very cool.
Good stuff. No other discussion? All right, those 4? No against. All right, thank you very much. We're going to move on to our last one. Last one, Resolution 2018-1112, Cooper, Glover, and Mendez. It adds a representative of excuse me, now I'm going to have to move this. It adds a representative of St. Thomas Health and the Strategic Planning Committee established a substitute resolution number RS 2018-1032 regarding Nashville General Hospital operations. All right. Any of, the sponsors? Nobody?
There's a letter.
Yeah, there's a letter that's here, and this is the one. Okay. All right, now let's make a motion on this.
What does the letter say?
The letter says this: I am the sponsor, co-sponsor of the board referenced legislation that is the Health Hospitals and Social Services Committee agenda sponsored on Tuesday, March 20, 2018. If I am unable to attend the meeting, I am requesting of the above to be approved. Thank you very much, basically. And sincerely, John Cooper.
Understood it. So
All right.
it's
Councilor Large.
if I understand, it's appointing someone from St. Thomas also onto the board that is still
Yeah.
trying to assist General Hospital.
Yeah.
There wasn't anybody from St. Thomas. There was somebody from Vanderbilt and from Harry, but not somebody from St. Thomas.
St. Thomas,
This
okay.
adds somebody from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Is that my understanding of that?
Yeah, you're right.
So who would select that person, or how would that person be determined?
That would be a question. Actually, the spokesperson for the hospital is out sick. He could not be here today. So if we need to hold that off, I
That's an
think we
interesting
need a representative. Probably needs to be here.
And this is not my thing.
Oh, yeah.
The way that others have done it is the institution chooses somebody to be on the.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then it's accepted by
Yeah.
the
Does that come through
committee as a whole?
us?
Yeah.
So St. Thomas nominates
Well, if
somebody.
you remember, the original strategic planning group had the hospital authority, general hospital, and
SEIU was in there, right?
there's a health committee
Yeah.
person, finance committee person, the finance department person, Nashville General Hospital Authority, and
Meharry?
no, it wasn't Meharry. That's the thing.
Oh.
So Meharry wasn't on there, and there was an amendment that added Meharry and
Oh,
Vanderbilt.
you're talking about the strategic planning group that was
Oh,
recently created?
The recently,
The union,
yeah.
the SEIU?
When the supplemental appropriation passed, there was this created. This,
Oh, the other one. Yes.
And so this first amendment added Vanderbilt and
Right,
Meharry.
And the
right.
second one is.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Could we, I would
with
look in, I would probably move to defer this one meeting until we get clarity, but it's up to everyone else.
Personal opinion, I'm okay to approve just because there's a letter.
There's a letter,
Right.
there is a letter attached to this.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's reasonable to assume that it would be appointed the same way that Vanderbilt and Meharry.
The other location.
So I'd
That's-
make
that's a good
a
one.
motion to approve. That's
Okay,
okay.
well, that's all right. All right,
I'm good.
all right, there we are. We got the votes in and it passes. All right. Well, thank you very, very much. That was the last one, and thank you guys for listening to
I'm allergic to
my
it.
sixth.
Were you voting yes also on that?
What?